together, folks. 10 seconds.
Best of luck. Pick check, please.
5.
Let's go to
4,
black.
3.
You need cellulose.
The Internet, the book. 723 trillion pages for just $79.95.
Hello everybody, it's the Loud House Critic, one guy with 1,000 views on all the episodes I must review. And does it feel good to be back in the limo again? I had to rent us out a hotel because there wouldn't be enough room for each of my guest stars and I to actually be in a limo. But now since we got that abomination out of the way, let's get on to at least a Loud episode, starting with School of Shock. Sounds like a bit of School of Rock. The 17th episode of Season 5 of The Loud House, and above all, the 215th episode. You know, as far as me saying that I'm not too much of a Lisa Loud episode kind of guy, but somewhat, this episode had me chuckling, but not too much. There's a bit of a bare annoyances in it. Let's Schoolhouse rock this episode. So this episode starts off at the elementary school.
All right, class, let's have some fun with numbers. If 3 giraffes are having dinner together and 1 lion comes to join them, how many animal friends are there now?
Do I even need to point out who's gonna be really good at mathematics?
Darcy?
Okay. 3 plus,
Oh, gosh, Darcy's back. Long time since I ever seen this girl since Friend or Foe. At least when I did see her in Racing Hearts, but she never spoke in that one. And yes, her voice actress is still Mariel Sheets.
Aww, my sweet Babu. Isn't he the cutest thing? Oh, sweet Babu.
Don't engage, Darcy. You know that lions don't dine with giraffes. They dine on giraffes, tearing muscle from bone in a frenzy, a mechanism of Darwinian natural selection.
Well, Lisa, even though you're right, let's tone it down for your fellow first graders.
What's a frenzy?
Well, it's a...
Well, all we know is the kids won't be dreaming visions of sugar plums this Christmas. And by the way, I'm not gonna like that movie.
Nestle makes the very best.
Okay, I think I know what we need to do. Let's shake our sillies out. Come on, let me see you shake those sillies out. There you go.
And you know, I haven't been this much embarrassed since I had to sit with my little sisters while watching My Little Pony as I cringe.
Big adventure, tons of fun. A beautiful heart, faithful and strong.
No, yes, you will. Hold it, cat!
Get it out of here!
Anyways.
Now, one of the most amazing things about these cactuses,
Cacti. Both are technically correct.
Actually, the second one is right. Where the hell did you learn your education, lady? The frickin' sperm bank?
these plants can live to be over 300 years old.
Wow!
Fun fact, by that time we'll be nothing but soil nutrients.
That's inappropriate.
Lisa, will you please
Shut the hell up!
Hey! Who wants juice?
Yay, juice!
That one went a little long, Miss Allegra. No wonder you didn't make the faculty softball team.
And who do you think you are, a psychiatrist?
You know, when watching this episode again, I noticed a few things with season 4 and 5 on Lisa Loud. She's become such a freaking narcissist. What I mean is that in the first, second, and probably the third season, she didn't insult too much of her sibling or anyone else's intelligence. At least not too much. But in season 4, they started to kick things up a little bit with Lisa. And there are times that she's become unlikable for the fans out there. But not as very unlikable as Lynn can be sometimes. But as much as insulting this episode is getting, we get back to the class and their first grade teacher reads "Run, Dino, Run." As if I couldn't be more embarrassed than dressing up as a sugar plum fairy. The magical fairy.
Ow! Okay, Dolly the Dino can dance.
Impossible.
And who the hell has ever heard of a dancing dinosaur?
Roll back the rock to the dawn of time and sing this song with me.
Okay. And Dolly the Dino wears pants.
Absurd.
I'm gonna kill him.
Am I the only one who finds that really weird about how dinosaurs actually wear pants? Hell, I don't even think Bugs Bunny didn't even have to wear pants. Then again, he actually wore shorts in Space Jam movies.
Her pants are made of ants.
You know what? I'm sorry. I can't. I can't do this. I'm not an idiot.
Lisa, I am done with your interruptions.
I prefer to think of them as corrections. And frankly, you should be thanking me. Your overly simplistic and juvenile teaching methods are completely ineffective. Someone has to give these children a fighting chance to actually learn something.
Ooh! Looks like Andreas was right in the first place. Lisa is a smart ass.
Okay, Lisa, if you're so dissatisfied with the way I do things, maybe you ought to teach the class for the rest of the day.
Now that's the first good idea you've had all semester.
You dick!
Oh no, she didn't. Yeah, this is the part where I began to hate Lisa Loud. Actually, I take that back. Dislike Lisa Loud. There's a huge difference. Dislike is something I don't like. Hate is where I would say, damn you to hell. And it's also my way of not giving a fuck about something.
Ah! Louds, louds, louds! They just keep coming. And I thought Lola would be the worst one.
Ready?
Ready!
Oh shit, man. That's the first time I ever laughed at this episode. I'll give her credit that Lola can be at her worst times in class and anywhere she goes. And I've got no words about the others. And as much as I'd like to jump the gun on a certain subject of logic, why the hell did the teacher just walk out of the school? Couldn't she actually go to the principal and actually have a word about Lisa? Wouldn't that be much more appropriate than just walking out in her own class? These are terrible adults that don't give a shit about their kids in this world. But I still think South Park actually beats them at that.
Great news, children. For the rest of the day, I will be your guest professor.
Lisa, Albert Einstein was a better professor, but Lisa, you can't be fucking serious.
Make up for Miss Allegra's woeful inadequacies. We are going to cram more learning into one afternoon than you've had all year. Yes, Mickey? What question is burning in that young, inquisitive mind of yours?
Can I go pee?
Really?
Oh, yeah. Like little Timmy over there. He's taught us the importance of holding your winky for 20 minutes.
What's a winky?
And that is how string theory works. Give or take a little bit of the space-time continuum.
Can we have a snack break?
And waste precious learning time? I think not.
As most people can already tell, this is already gonna go downhill for Lisa's intelligence of school learning.
And so during oxygenic photosynthesis, light energy transfers electrons from water to carbon dioxide to produce carbohydrates. Any questions?
Yes! Yes! Why do you talk that way? I had a stroke!
Okay.
I'm thirsty. Can I have a juice box?
Yeah, I'm thirsty.
Needy bunch.
Look who's talking. As I recall, somebody was very needy much that they couldn't make a fucking PB&J sandwich.
What say we partake of nature's juice box? Fun fact, the saguaro cactus stores 6 months' worth of water in each paddle. Observe. Ah, refreshing.
You know, I always wanted to try drinking cactus water, but I haven't been stranded in a desert before.
By the way, you want to know something really scary?
Who wants one?
Oh, oh, my spleen.
Dumbass, don't throw the cactus at young children. This ain't Ed, Ed, and Eddie. Dude, as fuck, that looks like it hurt. So anyway, back in the classroom, Lisa decides not to read the damn Dino book and actually teach them the exoskeleton of a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Tyrannosaurus rex is a genus of Zoalorosaurian theropod dinosaur. It lived 83.6 million years ago in the...
It doesn't matter!
No, it doesn't really matter.
You know, I can just drop the ball right now, as anyone could even notice right here that the T-Rex only has 2 fingers instead of having 3 fingers. Because has anyone even seen a familiar Steven Spielberg movie?
Lisa,
What is it, David?
did its roar sound like this?
No, I'm pretty sure its roar sounded like this. But guess what else dumb shit we actually need in a cartoon show like this? Survey says, overused gas joke.
Children, settle! Settle, I say! I shall tolerate no further malfeasance!
God damn!
Darebot 2.0. Darebot 2.0, ready to adjust attitudes.
My associate Darebot here has been programmed with special disciplinary functions.
Wow, Jeff Bennett has a real liking in voicing robot characters in a cartoon show. Why the hell was he not in the movie Robots? And speaking of this robot, who remembers the episode, How Double Dare You? These actually made one time for this game show and then all of a sudden it got destroyed. And now it calls Darebot 2.0.
Cool robot.
Silence, child.
Whoa, Lisa's gonna use a robot to wipe out the human race single-handedly? Was the dad really hammered when he banged Rita in the hot tub? But Lisa decides to switch her robot in playful mode.
Darcy, sweetie, please raise your hand before you speak.
That's better.
And that is how verbs interact with adjectives in Mandarin. Up next, Cantonese.
I'm starting to have that doubt feeling that Lisa doesn't really give a shit about Darcy. I mean, think about the episode Friend or Foe. They're getting racing hearts when they were together. It's like she doesn't really care for Darcy's needs. Yeah, you're only confusing these kids. Before you're so through, they'll be so mixed up, they'll be wearing their shoes on their heads. Men has always learned from the past. After all, you can't learn history in reverse. It's confusing enough, for heaven's sakes.
When he bestrides the lazy pacing clouds and sails upon the bosom of the air.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?
Oh my god.
That's disturbing.
Clap or be destroyed, children.
That's real sadistic. Didn't Lisa actually switch to playful mode on this guy? She should have got herself the house cleaning robot.
Poor Alice, stuck at home doing chores. Housework sure can be tiring, huh, Alice? But robot maids today can be so expensive. Well, why not try a reformed evil robot from the Reformed Robot House Cleaning Company? Oh sure, these robots used to be programmed to wipe out the human race, but now they're programmed to wipe out grime and mildew. Let's watch.
The mop is in the front closet, reformed evil robot.
Must kill human.
Excuse me?
Must clean bathroom.
Good evil robot.
So visit the folks at Reformed Robot House Cleaning Company, where we sweep evil under the rug.
And that is why fecal parasites should not be kept as pets.
Oh no, nobody wants to see shit like this in cartoon shows these days. Screw that. Speaking of, why would you show shit like that in class? No pun intended. Then again, I meant to say that. And later on, Lisa and the Darebot 2.0 actually grade the quizzes, but seems like they're all failing. While Lisa questions herself about she can make things so much better. Well, if you ask me, I say don't rush life. Wait a minute, I just noticed something. If Lisa's in first grade, shouldn't be actually 6 years old? I mean, this is season 5 and she's actually 5 years old. Maybe in my theory, she must have skipped a grade, like she tried doing in Making the Grade.
learned absolutely nothing. Here I am, a fountain of knowledge, yet no one is drinking from me.
What? That's crazy! You better have a good lawyer, because that is slander!
Teachers bring learning to life. Oh, Miss Allegra, even your mug is predictable.
You really like to ignore the obvious, even when it's in front of you. You need better glasses. But as stupid as anybody can't say things can get much worse. Oh no, nope, sorry, can't say that. Let's just say things are gonna get bad for Lisa.
Welcome back, students. Please take your seats. I forgive you for your, shall we say, less than stellar test scores, but, all of that is about to change. I know how much you love Run, Dino, Run, but instead of just telling you about Dolly the dinosaur, I am going to show you.
I am so afraid to find out. Unless I'm being a total idiot, I don't think Lisa would actually have the brain cells to actually bring a dinosaur here in time. I got a bad feeling about this. Is it just me, or am I the only one who has the feeling that something like this actually happened before in a movie? Dino DNA, amusement parks, electric fences, any of this ringing a bell?
Airbot 2.0 activated.
It's working! It's working!
Shit! Why does this always happen when we try to use the goddamn torture machine? Can somebody please get the power back on?
I think someone forgot to pay the bill, Wedgie.
Will someone pay the fucking bill?
I can't believe she fucking did that. Now everybody's gonna die. And I remember some bullshit like this actually happened in an episode called The Mad Scientist, when Lisa actually used the time travel to get back home. And this is the much thing that troublingly confused everybody, even myself. I just don't think so much time traveling actually fits in this show. I mean, if you think about it, if this time traveling does actually exist in the Loud House, then almost anything that's a supernatural can actually exist in the show. I know it's a cartoon and there's a bunch of things that come off unrealistic, but time traveling, this is too unrealistic, because nobody in this world has actually invented time traveling. Because if they did invent the time travel, I would change one thing about this world. Anyways.
Stay down, don't move, don't run! Extreme close-up!
Dolly, no! Bad girl! Dolly! Oh boy! Look alive, dear bot!
Well, at least this episode doesn't stereotype Chinese people.
Children! Stop with the hysteria! You're missing a teachable moment about apex theropods!
She's the one who brought the damn thing back here in time, but at least she didn't bring a velociraptor here, otherwise we'd all be screwed. Then again, a T-Rex, we're all fucked.
This could be really, really good for ratings, but really, really bad for lawsuits.
Yeah, a lot of lawsuits.
Oh, for gosh sake, mind the craft fair!
Airbot will terminate you.
Ah, they destroyed the Loud House and flipped food and fuel. And I feel no regret about that one. By the way, with these two creatures actually standing on a model like this, does this look so familiar to anybody? Jeez, if you're gonna steal something from Godzilla, you might as well make some better use of stealing something kinky at Spencer's Gifts.
She could be my weakness.
Airbot, I coded you to be tougher than this.
Airbot 2.0.
Right, that's gonna take me hours to fix.
Whoa, okay, seeing a bald 5-year-old girl was a little too extreme. But then again, I practically actually saw this happen in Room with a Feud and Potty Mouth. At least that's one thing the writers didn't forget.
Goodbye, Dolly! Dolly, you don't want to do this! I taste like protein nugget and fear! Back for the hill!
Oh, that was too fucking cowardly of Miss Johnson. Why the fuck did you just go into the locker instead of just ducking into the classroom? Or at least call the fucking reinforcement to take this damn thing out? Uncle Ruckus has more balls than you do.
Oh, trapped like a lab rat. No. It can't end like this. Hey! Get away from her, you beast!
Get away from her, you bitch!
How many movie references are we gonna keep stealing and actually putting them in this show, Mr. Alex?
No, I'm sorry. We're looking for correcte response.
So Miss Orlega comes to the rescue, and I can't wait to see how this is gonna end.
Who's a cranky Saurus? Have a juice box. Oh, do you need to shake your sillies out?
What the fuck is going on?
Come on! Shake those sillies out! Shake those sillies out!
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck just happened?
I don't know what I'm really afraid of. If it's watching this episode or actually seeing the teacher putting a dinosaur to sleep with a silly song. And VeggieTales is dead to us.
Oh, good God!
But how did you know I needed help?
I wired my classroom with state-of-the-art surveillance technology. Also the children screaming.
Miss Allegra, I owe you an apology. I was wrong. I see now that your teaching methods are effective. It's not just about having the knowledge, it's about connecting with your students.
Thank you, Lisa. How about we get back to class?
You're the boss.
Yep, lesson learned, and there's a big moral to it, but I'll talk about that criticism in a few minutes.
So now, how many animal friends are there? That's right, Dolly. 4.
Holy shit! What the fuck?
You've got to be shitting me. Why the fuck did you not send this thing back in time? Then again, this is the rather rare opportunity for me to scare the shit out of Flip.
What do you say we scare ourselves up some dinner?
I'd say...
Grab the kids and let's get going.
And that was School of Shock. You know, Steam Team, as in your own opinion, as you can say as good as most of the Loud House episodes are, there's a bunch of things that we really cannot ignore when it's obviously there. Then again, that's just your opinion, and I don't watch too much of other people's Loud House reviews. And you know, there have been about 1,000 people that actually go around saying that they despise this episode, or Lisa is my least favorite Loud sister. And I can say right now that she can be an inconsiderate buzzkill who sucks the life out of everyone around her, even if she is the most unrealistic of the Loud sisters for being a 4 or 5-year-old rocket scientist. But do I think that this episode has her at her worst? The answer is no. Okay, maybe. But she was managed to get on her teacher's nerves by pointing out some trivial errors, and the teacher actually gives her the job of teaching the class. And Lisa tries to take the helm of actually teaching her first grade students far beyond their grade level. And yet they managed to get F's on their pop quiz. But just because she's a highly intelligent advantage at that level doesn't mean that her classmates are, nor it doesn't mean that they have to be. And yet with all the excitement that's been going on so much, she uses a robot for lethal enforcement of disciplining and showing those class her Finkel slides, which we did not need to see on screen. And yet there was a lot of stuff in this episode that really got under my skin about Lisa. But am I calling this bad? Of course not. So what's really good about this episode? Well, one thing at first that I laughed about is when the teacher actually stomps out of the class and he said, I thought Lola was at her worst. I had a big laugh at that one and I had to pause it to take a breather. Because I can't even imagine what the hell Lola did to her. And you know, with that teacher being around so much, I think I remember seeing her in Sister Act. In fact, whatever happened to the other teacher that used to teach Lisa, Darcy, and the others? And I'm really not gonna regret saying this. I think she had more balls than this teacher did. And yeah, I did love the two parodies they managed to squeeze in this. with Jurassic Park and Aliens. Oh, and also a bit of Godzilla. I really thought that was funny and that was really interesting, consider how back in the old days, that's how they did those films. And what I actually like about this episode is it has a big moral that actually goes around the whole entire world. Don't rush life. Enjoy life while being young as a kid. You're only a kid one time. Act like a grown-up too soon, and you're really gonna miss out on being a kid. Then again, some kids wanna grow up so fast, and when they do, they wish they were young again.
Don't rush life, enjoy this time. It could be shorter than you expect. Don't rush life, enjoy this time. Enjoy this moment of childhood.
And I love how the way the moral is actually on a Lisa Loud episode, because you all know how Lisa Loud is. So be lucky I didn't really give this a bad rating as I would give Don't You Forget Me a bad rating. So it's a good passable episode if you're really into science fiction stuff. But if you're not a Lisa Loud fan, just give it a watch one time, and whatever your thoughts might be after when you watch this will be all up to you. I'm the Loud House Critic, and on to another Lisa Loud episode.
Darn, that's the end.
In the loud house, duck, dodge, push and shove. It's how we show our love. In the loud house, one boy and 10 girls wouldn't trade it for the world.